check for last time. Okay. So,
Is it
hi
is it
Arjun.
is it good with the glasses or without the glass?
With the glass, can I see? It's looking better with the glass. So, hi Arjun sir. How are
I
you feeling?
am doing fine, thank you.
Before we start this all big podcast, would you like to tell us about your journey until now? A little about yourself for our viewers.
Oh, uh, okay. I've had a very grateful childhood living with other people. My parents, they had a different setup. He had his health problems. That's why I had to go to other, the other family and start to live my life like that. Been with the army school all the time, like all those years, and yeah. So coming from there, getting into this is something very drastic change because, of course, I also wanted to be an army brat, but yes, it didn't go happen that way. And then, yes, of course, there was a plan B, and the plan B was always a plan A, actually. But yes, so that's how I have went into, and I've got into environment since what, almost 20 years now. So yeah, that's me in general.
अर्जुन सर आपने एनवायरमेंटल में अपनी एजुकेशन कब स्टार्ट करी which was 2007 year if I'm right and at that time it was a very small thing. Today it is a $1 trillion industry that
It was
we
not
can
a thing.
survive.
It even not
Yeah,
even a small thing. Yes, yeah,
it wasn't a small thing back then.
yeah. So honestly, it started with a textbook. To be very honest, in a school, like I come from an, again, I'm putting that back in the coming from army background, discipline being the language, but somewhere between those pages I read about the environment, and I thought this is the problem that I could have, like, I would be wanting to solve. And nobody around me quite understood it, to be very honest. When I was just, putting up things there, telling people like this is the problem, we should solve it. And they were like, nobody cared. So back then it was only like that. मुझसे ये पूछते थे कि अच्छा आप एनवायरनमेंट इंजीनियरिंग करते हैं, तो आप तो सिर्फ 5 जून को जो अभी अभी गया है, तो आप पौधे लगाते होंगे, बस वही काम है आपका, इसमें क्या इंजीनियरिंग है? सो दैट काइंड ऑफ people setting it in, because I knew what I'm doing. But yeah, it's okay. They never realized those people who said that. But okay. But then it began, that journey began back in 2007. I was like, okay, let me try to figure this out, how to enunciate this. And then particularly step by step, I figured it out. Okay. And then I was like, within a 1 year time, I was like, okay, people don't understand. It's okay. But
So what
let's
were the hardest years like where the work mattered but nobody was hiring? At that time not many jobs were available in environmental stuff. So how was it like the
no,
first
no. If we talk
ever?
about hardest years or the jobs, if you talk about hardest years, there were twice. If you talk about the jobs, it was once. Hardest years, yes. 2015, 16, when the ISIS crisis happened, and then there was an influx of people in Germany. I was there already studying, And back then it was easy, just to amalgamate into that and get into the jobs. So that was not possible. And then suddenly, these things happened. Yeah, so that was one of the hardest. Second hardest was, again, you study those things, you do that, and still you're figuring out the in the market that, okay, this is the job which I could get, but at the end of the day, it's like you don't require you because you're too much educated at times. So that also happens. So for me, this happened, and I've tasted both of them. But okay, I still don't complain about anybody because at the end of the day, when you require, you will get the people. It is just about the situation when people think short term. So it's so, yeah.
So like when did you think the world actually caught up with everything? When it all started and the world actually started focusing on the environmental side and those opportunities started rising. आगे रह सका
Yeah. And it's quite a feeling, not a loud one. You do not know suddenly that you would be in headlines and stuff. So when I was almost 20, I've gotten into Hindustan Times, and people talking about you. It was so much for you to handle. And it was like you could have gotten up and did something stupid, youngster ages. But I was like, no, no. I know, I've coming back from those points when I talk about the family, when we talked about this, everybody was so grounded and everything was like, okay, whatever happens, good or bad, we stay there and we learn from this and we move ahead. So yeah, that was it. And
the
and
army
then,
mindset.
pardon?
Army mindset.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You just cannot be happy about something and then next day you can be sad about it. Just need to be there. You just need to put your focus there. It's okay. Good or bad, it's okay. We move ahead. And then you go to sleep at the end of the day, right? You have to sleep. If you don't sleep, then it's okay. And when you sleep and you wake up, it's a new day. So that kind of thing. And then yeah, uh, I just got into this. You start getting calls. You get starting into boardrooms. Got such kind of thing. That moment happened for me gradually, and honestly, it felt more like relief than triumph. To be very honest, because the work had always mattered for me, and this was something which was very novice, very new, and it just finally had an audience. When you go there, you work for people, and to the downest of that society. I don't know my verbiage for that, but yes, when you go there and then you see people suffering, and then you just make a small change and they are so happy that they just don't want to let you go. I went to the remotest of the villages of India, and I've seen, and that feeling is so amazing. So amazing that they will give you food, they will give you everything, and they're like, you are the only person in 10 years who has come and seen this problem. You see, that makes do things and make it more.
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
Acha Arjun bhaiya, you started in 2007 as a student of environmental engineering. Then you went to Rome to be the United Nations diplomat. You also did your masters from Germany, and you have been into PwC and actually the ex-associate director. And currently you are doing some project in Big Four. So ये सब कैसे किया आपने कैसा जर्नी था कि हाउ व्हाट मोटिवेटेड यू कि अब ये करना है अब ये करना है दैट यू स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम शारदा एंड टुडे यू आर हियर
नहीं, इसमें दो तीन चीजें हैं। मैं जब यूएन में जाना था तो यूएन में वहां पे एनी विच वेज तो आपको भाषा भी जाननी होगी, बहुत सारी दो तीन लैंग्वेजेस यू शुड नो दिस, यू शुड नो दैट। And I was doing पार्ट टाइम ऑल्सो. मैं वहाँ पे वेरी ऑनेस्टली कपड़े भी फोल्ड करता था 2 दिन एक शॉपिंग कॉम्प्लेक्स में. मैं 2 दिन वहाँ पे और पार्ट टाइम जॉब करता था. मैं टूर गाइड भी हो जाता था, थोड़ी बहुत भाषा भी सीख जाता था उनसे. दैट वाज द एजेंडा. तो घर से पैसे नहीं लेने, खुद ने जो कमाए थे थोड़े बहुत बचत बचत लेके आया था मैं पढ़ाई करने के लिए, वो भी खत्म हो रहे थे. सो दैट अमाउंट वाज डिप्लीटिंग एट सम पॉइंट. सो आई हैड टू डू सर्टेन वर्क्स आउटसाइड ऑफ दैट. तो हाँ, उनसे बातचीत हुई. फिर देन इट केम अप कि हाँ ठीक है, चलो ये भी हो रहा है, ये भी कर लेते हैं. फिर यहाँ पे जहाँ पे था मैं यूएन में, in the beginning as a as an admirer, as a somebody who could see things happening, and they gave me a chance. Very grateful to them, very grateful those people जो जिन्होंने दिया. और उसको हमने किया. हमने 6 8 6 5 6 4 5 साल उनको दिए. एंड हाँ, पीएचडी भी वहां से डॉक्टरेट भी हो जाता मैं शायद, बट जब तक ये आईएसआईएस वाली क्राइसिस हो गई थी तो तेरे मूव. I'm still good friends with them. We do multiple projects all around the world. But yes, of course, that time I couldn't. But ठीक है, it was always the at the end of the day, at the head, it was like कि हाँ ठीक है, चलो नहीं होगा तो कर रहे, कोई बात नहीं, कुछ तो करेंगे. तो और बस हाँ वही कि हाँ, हार मान जाते हैं तो खत्म हो जाती है बात. बट बस वही बात था कि ठीक है, चलो let's the new day began. Let's do it like that. Let's finish this. So that kind of approach was always there.
There are a lot of students. I was talking to a guy yesterday only. He is in Canada and he is also pursuing BS in data science from IIT Madras. He's in the last year. So his point was कि अभी job market बहुत ठंडी है. Right now it's difficult to get job. Or he's in Canada. He just went to Canada, expecting that he will have much more opportunities. What's your take on this? क्योंकि आप बाहर भी जाकर रहकर आए हो, आपने उधर अपना अभी शेयर भी किया. You did some extra पार्ट टाइम जॉब्स ताकि आप अपने आप को फंड कर सको योर लाइफस्टाइल देयर. आपको क्या टेक है? इज इट नेसेसरी टू गो आउटसाइड इंडिया और टुडे वी कैन डू एवरीथिंग इन इंडिया itself?
नहीं, इंडिया में भी बहुत अच्छे एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूट्स हैं. फॉर मी इट वाज लाइक, आई विल नॉट गेट इनटू दोस स्टोरीज. बट हाँ, बिकॉज जब हम बोलेंगे तो पता मत जाएगा फालतू में, तो उस पे नहीं जाते हैं. At the end of the day, I'm a Avasti. I'm a general quota guy who has to write the exam. If I talk about that, तो बहुत मुश्किल है, नहीं हो सकता. तो फिर उससे बेटर है कि कुछ और फिगर आउट कर लो. तो अच्छा भी हुआ ना मेरे लिए. मैं फ्री में पढ़ के आया, यहाँ पे ज्यादा फीस देनी पड़ती, ऑनेस्टली. I
So
have pain in my, seriously, in the depth of my heart that I couldn't study MTech here in IIT because उस समय आईआईटी में तो एनवायरनमेंट का भी एग्जाम नहीं होता था, लाइफ साइंसेस देते थे, कुछ कुछ करते थे. जब आपने बीटेक बना के रखी है एनवायरनमेंट की, तो अपने मास्टर्स का एग्जाम बीटेक गेट के लिए आपने एनवायरनमेंट नहीं रखा हुआ है. तो दैट वाज सो स्टूपिड फॉर मी, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट. तो मेरे को तो बहुत गुस्सा आया. तो फिर मैंने कहा अब करना ही क्यों है, फिर ये छोड़ दो. फिर इनको इनको छोड़ो, बाहर जाते हैं. ये फिर भी पैसे ज्यादा ले जाते हैं, 7 8 10 लाख रुपए, 20 लाख रुपए ले जाते हैं. मैं तो मुश्किल से 18,000 रुपए की फीस में पढ़ के आया हूँ जर्मनी से. तो या द मल्टीपल थिंग्स. बट ऑफ कोर्स आज और मैंने जो किया उसमें 7 8 10 साल का फर्क हो सकता है परसेंटेज हुआ. And I would just motivate those people who could, if they seriously want to delve into this space, because this space has very feeble, very less people on the ground. So I would be very happy to, if somebody as a youngster or anything, I would be very happy to take them and hone them and tell them, get this is the scenario and this is how you work out. This would help you and you'll get a good salary.
actually, yeah, so it was the thing of past and present.
Your voice is
But
coming so like it seems like it's coming from
uh,
far. I can't hear you well.
I'm saying like अब तक जो हमें बात करी वो आपके कल का था. So what are you doing now? You have resigned from PwC, so you must be working on some crazy projects. What your project is about?
I work on multiple projects. I work on the melas which happen. I work on the solid waste management, Swachh Bharat mission. I work on the national air quality thing. जैसे दिल्ली में अभी प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही हैं कितने सालों से हम सब लोग सुन रहे हैं तो मैं उस पर थोड़ा सा काम करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. आई एम ट्राइंग टू कंट्रीब्यूट. So yeah, there are multiple things which I'm doing, and yeah, other things too. Yeah,
अभी एयर क्वालिटी का हमने रिसेंटली देखा भी कि काफी ज्यादा लो होती जा रही है इन इंडिया. सो
low, high.
आपका क्या टेक?
The air
हाई.
quality,
मेन
yeah, the air quality
एयर
value,
क्वालिटी.
yeah, is low, but yes, it's going high. Yeah, we are working on it. We are trying to put governments into it. This is so much interrelated with with the agencies, with the governments, and yeah, so we're trying as a central entity, trying to put it through. If if some changes could come, basic ones.
Your major work has been into ESG. So before we talk about ESG, what is ESG?
Age is everything.
But still, for our viewers, they might not know what ESG.
you know, when I started the journey, there existed nothing like ESG. So yeah, slowly, maybe 10 years later, maybe in 17, 18, 15, 16, it came into enactment like, okay, this is ESG. Before that, it was all only about environment. And yeah, this whole thing was like we were doing something, and then we got into understanding certain thing, and then it happened. Okay, so we could actually enhance the powers of putting things together. And I have always built on Nexus approach. People in India think कि Nexus क्या बोल रहा है ये आदमी, but Nexus is a combination of a culmination of certain mindsets which can deliver things. So for me it was like that.
So what does ESG compliant about actually mean? Like there are vehicles coming in that
I,
are ESG
your
compliant.
voice is coming from so far. It feels like that I can't hear you.
Uh, I'm saying like, what does ESG compliant actually mean?
It means a company is measuring and disclosing its environmental, social, governance performance against certain defined standards. But here is a honest truth: the compliance and performance are two very different things. A company can be ESG compliant on paper and still be doing harm. So, investors are getting smarter about these distinctions. The ones who thrive will be those who embed ESG into their business model, not just the annual reports, because then they will be able to get some extra EAPs, basically externally aided projects or something like that. So yeah,
But what's the future for in next 3 to 5 years? How you
oh,
see the environment?
it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Honestly, I think so. And there are multiple projects coming up. Indian government is doing so good about this. The governmental agencies are doing so good. They're putting up projects. It's just about how you can associate and learn, and then go about it. Honestly, and this is a very honest opinion of myself.
So अर्जुन जी, हम सभी सुनते हैं कि कुछ तो चल रहा है एनवायरमेंटल इंजीनियरिंग, बट आई एम माई सेल्फ अ BS स्टूडेंट in data science, and I don't know what actually are the opportunities in environmental industry and how I can, as a data scientist, work in there, and similar is the case with the viewers here. जबकि एनवायरमेंटल इंडस्ट्री फ्यूचर का एक बहुत बड़ा इंडस्ट्री बनने वाला है, तो व्हाट आर द अपॉर्चुनिटीज फॉर स्टूडेंट्स इन दिस सेक्टर फॉर फ्यूचर?
Oh, there are multiple. So, no, in general, if you talk about कि हाँ, किस तरीके से आपको जॉब्स का है, ठीक है? ऑफ कोर्स यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड, ठीक है? नी ये एक अपनी नीश अलग से लेके चल रही है। बहुत सिंपल सी बात है, ठीक है? आई न्यू इट, मे बी आई सेंस्ड इट और व्हाटएवर 20 साल पहले तो नहीं थी, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, ठीक है? आई स्टार्टेड इन 2007, ऑलमोस्ट 20 इयर्स, but there are multiple jobs. And actually, with people, having data science background and people who understand, for me also at times it becomes difficult to, just the data properly. So if there can be those people who can analyze the data and put it forward for somebody like me who's a bit senior than them, it's not about me being senior, it's about in the hierarchy. It would be easier to understand that what is going on, and then you can make decisions out of it. That's my point.
So what skills are required? What are the basic skills? If they know this, then there are opportunities in companies like
You tell
PwC.
me, like, what do you learn in data science? You tell me.
We learn Python, data engineering, like how to manage data, how to make it look good so that the other companies can utilize the data,
You
because
take
data
care
is
of
quite
data hygiene,
unorganized.
you take care of certain things, yes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we try to get uh, something out of data, something that can be used on practical terms. Data is
Hmm.
scattered. We give it a face.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's about data science. What we do.
And
And
that is what is required.
hmm,
For environment also, for any kind of environmental job, at the end of the day, you need data so that you can extrapolate and you can see what can be done. You get my point.
hmm,
So it's just not about being, I'm a data scientist. I can't work for environment. No, it cannot be like that. It is a mutual thing which works out.
many dots get connected for a bigger purpose.
Exactly. Exactly. You get connected, and there are opportunities. And to be very honest, when I got the first job, I got 2.5 times more than the people in my batch, because this this branch was something additional. So that helps. At the end of the day, what matters? Money matters. You get a job, you get money out of it, right? If you get good money out of whatever job you're doing, you will be happy to go and serve it, right?
Yeah, currency of survival.
Exactly. So that's the thing. And I got it. I was like, okay, this is good. At least 4 years of rhythmic pressure which I had on my head that you are planting trees. That was not the case. It was like, okay, now I can do something on ground. And I went and I did for 2 years. And then I was like, okay, अब मुझे समझ में आ गया कि अच्छा ये ऐसे ऐसे होता है, ये ऐसे ऐसे होता है, XYZ. Now let me go and hone my skills and get Germany. Go to Germany, फ्री में एजुकेशन मिल रही है, मैंने पास कर लिए सारे एग्जाम, आई डिड GRE, आई डिड व्हाटएवर, IELTS and everything, and then I moved. It helped me.
Hmm. अभी 20 साल 20 साल पहले तो देयर वाज नॉट नो एआई, देयर वाजंट इवन इंटरनेट, इंटरनेट भी बहुत महंगा था। तो उस वक्त पे आपका एजुकेशन का सोर्स क्या रहता था? सिंपल बुक्स और
किताब, books,
एंड
and we were always into books. Even now मैं कभी फिर भी AI से या उधर से चेक कर लेता हूँ, मेरे को समझ में आता है, ठीक है, but that feeling of learning from books and stuff, and I think it should go back because that gives you a habit of reading. Youngsters, yes, nowadays they are like, ठीक है, GPT कर लेंगे, क्लाउड कर लेंगे, ये कर लेंगे, वो कर लेंगे, वहां से पता कर लेंगे, but I think it's sometimes better to read books. हम लोग तो एक किताब लेके आते थे, एक एक चैप्टर के एंड में एंड कर देते थे। एक चैप्टर एक भाई पढ़ता था, एक चैप्टर एक भाई पढ़ता था, एक चैप्टर फिर उसको डिस्कस करने बैठते थे। फिर उस पे दिमाग चला रहे थे। फिर समझ में आ रहा था कि हाँ अच्छा इंजीनियरिंग में इस तरीके से। तो आजकल इंजीनियरिंग का क्या वैल्यू है मुझे तो नहीं पता। रट के आप या जो भी करके कर दो।
हम्म,
हम लोग तो सिनेरियो बना के आता था एग्जाम में। हम सिनेरियोज बनाते थे कि अगर अच्छा ये वाला ब्रिज को फॉल करना है तो उसका मैक्सिमस लेवल क्या होगा, किस तरीके से हम ये करेंगे। इसको हम क्या कर सकते हैं, हमें हमें 20 पेज का एक एक कोड लिखना है, ऐसे करना है, ऐसे करना है।
थिंकिंग एब्स्ट्रैक्टली।
Yeah, but now it has changed. And for somebody like me who's like already into the industry 20 years, 15 years, whatever you call it, I call somebody, from my team and is like, ये बनाना है यार, आप ये बना लो। वो 5 मिनट में लेके आता है। मुझे भी देख के समझ में आता है कि ये तो यही है यार, इससे कुछ नहीं हुआ। आप बताओ ना, आपका क्या थॉट है? At the end of the day, what matters is how you think, how you, even if you are abrupt, it's okay. But you think and you make things happen. GPT वगैरह AI is like, I support it, but at the end of the day, आपको क्या चाहिए, वो अगर वही चीज डिलीवर कर दे तो बहुत ही बढ़िया प्रॉम्प्ट है आपके, ऑनेस्टली।
सो इट मीन्स फिर तो आपकी जरूरत ही क्या है अगर एआई आपका सारा काम कर ही सकता है बिना आपके।
नहीं हो पाएगा, वो होगा ही नहीं।
एआई वॉन्ट रीच दैट लेवल।
आई डोंट थिंक सो। इट माइट, इट माइट बी एबल टू हेल्प एंड सपोर्ट, बट डिसीजन मेकिंग विद AI, आई एम सीरियसली, एटलीस्ट 10 years तो नहीं होगा। विल सी आफ्टर दैट। मतलब मैं अपने आप को बोल दूं कि बिल्कुल नहीं होगा तो हाँ, वो तो मैं बिल्कुल नहीं बोल सकता। बट हाँ, मे बी एटलीस्ट अ डेकेड रिक्वायर्स।
सो वी टॉक्ड अबाउट एआई, वी टॉक्ड अबाउट योर जर्नी। अब आपको क्या लगता है, देर आर स्टूडेंट्स, वी आर ऑल स्टूडेंट, वी आर जस्ट 20 ईयर ओल्ड एंड यू आर समवन जिनको 20 साल हो गए हैं इन दिस इंडस्ट्री, एक ऐसी इंडस्ट्रीज के बारे में दुनिया को पता भी नहीं है। इवन आज भी लोगों को नहीं पता, जबकि इट इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट बिग मेजर इशू फॉर ह्यूमन ह्यूमन ह्यूमैनिटी इटसेल्फ। तो कुछ चीज़ें जो कि वी शैल स्टार्ट अपार्ट फ्रॉम education, about any, apart from everything like reading or something कि जो which we shall do and start doing which can help us later on.
You said it in your question also already. See, have a stuff for reading. थोड़ा सा कुछ मत करो, दिन में 5-10 मिनट तो पढ़ ही लो। आई थिंक मैं जब इंजीनियरिंग कर रहा था तो माय पेरेंट्स टोल्ड मी कि हम तुम्हें भेज देते, तुम कहाँ पढ़ाई करनी है, ऐसा वाला कुछ एक एक सिचुएशन में। मैंने तब बोला था कि मुझे पढ़ाई नहीं करनी है, मेरा हो गया बीटेक करके, क्योंकि आई वाज जस्ट अ फ्रेश output of an engineering machine which I came out. But then later on, maybe 5-6 months later, I started reading books. I always loved it, for me at least. तो जब आप 50 पढ़ लेते हो तो फिर आपको लगता है कि क्या वन भी पढ़ लेते हैं, है ना? तो
Hmm.
आई थिंक रीडिंग इज द बेटर हैबिट, क्योंकि रीडिंग से ना आपको ना अंडरस्टैंडिंग आ जाती है। आज नहीं आएगी तो कल आ जाएगी किसी को।
Hmm.
बट आई थिंक रीडिंग इज अ गुड थिंग। For environment, if you want me to talk honestly, we miss at least thousands of environmentalists in the society we have right now. So it would be so nice if at least 1,000 people come in next 2 to 3 years, so that they can work upon certain projects and will do. For me, there's no competition. I don't want competition in the sense like there's no stupidity in between. It is, I seriously think and want that some people come in this forte and do things because this is required.
It is the need of the hour to get people
Exactly. Yes,
actually
it
involved,
is definitely need of the hour. Yeah, yeah.
especially in India when where there is no education on environmental side, on even on YouTube we get very less education.
There's nothing.
So some sources they can study from.
Yeah, but that's not official. No, that's what I'm trying to convey.
Hmm.
Yeah, this needs to be catered, I think, and I hope it happens. I'm trying people, but at the end of the day, again, the entity won't be built. You know, it's just some. If I pursue you and you like, okay, you get maybe 10 lakhs more. Definitely, you will come and work here, right?
Hmm.
But but you won't do justice to what you have. It's just the justice of being paid money and you're working on it.
At one side, we say in tech there are jobs dying, and one side there is environmental where there are jobs, but there are no people to work on.
Yeah, yeah. There are not many people to work. I have, and core environmentalist. Oh, I've seen very less. सिविल से आ जाएगा, इलेक्ट्रिकल से आ जाएगा, मास्टर्स कर लेगा, ये कर लेगा, वो कर लेगा।
Hmm.
2 साल में क्या सीख जाओगे जो 4 साल में आपने किया ही नहीं? मेरा तो सिंपल सा मानना है।
This was just the sake of the degree. उसके बाद तो
हाँ, तो बस वो वाली है, बट ठीक है। लाइफ हैज़ बीन गुड, टच वुड। This whole thing which I have had since last 19 years has been good. So how I can, be not happy about things, but definitely yes, this was yeah.
Hmm. It was nice talking to you, sir. You gave a lot of insights, and obviously we do not have audience today, and it's being recorded for them tomorrow. But last few words from your side for them. Obviously, they might have questions.
Oh, for the younger brothers and sisters, yes, definitely just go wild, do things which you want to do, and this something like this. If you want to get into these fields, definitely go for it. See, uh, how you move, how you do things is worth risk taking so that you can deliver and give the outputs in the end. So for me it's like just somebody like me. If I even now I'm young too, I'm just graduating. So yeah, it's just go for it. Don't leave any stones unturned. Be reckless, be ruth. It's okay. It's okay to lose. Even if you lose, it's okay. Just go ruthless.
Just go ruthless when it comes to work. Just get the work done.
Yeah,
That was
just get
mindset.
done. You might lose, it's okay. But be ruthless. It's okay. एक बार हार गए, दोबारा हार जाएंगे, कोई बात नहीं, छोड़ो। जीतना कभी तो जीतेंगे।
Army mindset.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Thanks, Sanju sir. Thank you very much for coming. I shall stop recording
And
then.
right, something about him. Method Vipassana we had. I did not expect somebody so young at Vipassana with me. We didn't talk. We talked. We actually had a conversation at the end of the Vipassana. I loved him like in the beginning also we met when we were putting up our phones and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, like a younger brother. This is for
Thank you.
you, man.
Thank you, sir, for coming. It's great to have people like you in the
Yes.
Manch Traders podcast in IITM.
That's
So,
that's all with your thing. It's you and your people. All right. Take care.